Start with Ben Bolch, LA Times.
Morning, Martel.
Morning, how you doing, sir?
Great, thank you. I'm sure you've seen what's going on around college and pro sports with all the games getting shut down. How much concern is there amongst you guys right now? Are you guys doing anything new or taking any special precautions to try to make sure you're able to play this bowl game?
Oh man, yeah, we're well aware of everything that's been going on, but we stayed true to our protocol, and nothing has changed since the beginning of all this, So we're just trying to continue to be cautious, continue to be aware of what we're doing when we leave these facilities, and just make sure that we're moving in the manners so we can play this game. We put in so much work. Just make sure we're keeping track of where we're going, who we're around, and just keeping our distance so we can get out there and play a ball game, man.
And then one other thing, you guys are playing a nationally ranked team that's, they beat Clemson. They got a really good record. What would it say? Would it be kind of a statement win if you're able to get this win?
Man, I really just feel like this is just our way to send our seniors and everybody leaving off well, Since I've been here the last 4 years, we just been trying to get to the point where we're at now, and even more, So just being able to send them off with just a big win, bowl game. That would be amazing. That's really our focus, just doing right by our teammates, doing right by our loved ones, and sending them off with a warm feeling.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Mike Regalado from Bruner Park.
Hey, Martel, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing, sir?
Good, thank you. So, you got this big bowl game. What's it like for everybody not, being the first bowl game for a majority of you? What's the mindset? Are you guys super hyped for it?
Oh man, we're super hyped for every game, but just being able to get to this point, like I said earlier, we're really just excited, to go out and just get the band back together one more time and showcase our talent, showcase everything that we've been working towards throughout this year, and just like I said, send these seniors off with a smile, man.
Looking back at the regular season, how was it for you being on the defensive side of the ball? You had some pretty big plays, and especially you're hitting guys rather than being hit. What was it like your first year in your new position?
Oh man, it was just a blessing. The way that things worked out, I really didn't expect it, but kind of just bought in, and looking back, it was a great experience. I'm looking forward to being able to come back and take everything that I've learned and just take it to the next level one more year.
Cool. Good luck in the game.
Thank you. God bless you.
Let's go to Mark Wicker from SoCal News Group.
Hi, how do you, when you look at the future too, considering the fact that you guys broke through this year, what do you think is in store for coming years there? Oh
man, when sitting thinking about the future, really just, I feel like there's so much that we can accomplish this year. Yeah, we made it to a bowl game, we got 8 wins, but that wasn't the goal initially. We had so much in store. So just being able to come back, correct the little things, being able to take that next step as individuals and more importantly as a collective, as a unit, to be able to take that next step and potentially, go win Pac-12 championships, things like that. So I feel like the future is very bright here at UCLA. So just eager, man. But right now, just focus on the bowl game and the season well, and then getting back to work.
What was the most important? There were some struggles. There were some great games early. There were also some struggles. What do you think the most important game was in terms of getting the season pointed in the right direction?
Man, that's a good question, sir. I really don't even feel like it was a singular game. It was more so a mindset, that we had to kind of all just come together and realize what we had at stake, realize the talent that we had, realize the players that we had, realize the opportunity that we had right in front of us. So I wouldn't say that it was a one game, it was just kind of really grasping hold of the mindset, we could be great. So let's go do that.
With all the stuff you have to do, how much do you get to play the sax and do all that stuff?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really had time, with finals and just trying to make sure that I'm good. Trying to get into grad school right now here at UCLA. So I've been focused on school, my academics, and ball really finishing off that right. But in a minute, it's about to be all season, so I'm gonna have all the time in the world. So I'm not too worried.
So that'll be something you can relax with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed.
What is one more? What is your what grad school curriculum are you going into?
I'm looking to going into transformative coaching and leadership. So just being able to possibly take everything that I've been learning, through all my years of sports and all my years of just having important mentors in my life, being able to take that to the next level, get some education on that, so I could be able to turn around, and impact the youth, impact those who come after me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
You too.
All right, any other questions here from Martell? In that case, we will wrap it up. Martell, thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you. God bless.
All right, we are now joined by linebacker Beau Calvert, and we will open it up to questions for him. Touchscreen? Oh, there, I got it. All right, let's start with Ben Bolch from the LA Times.
Hey, Bo, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Great. Hey, so it's interesting, we talked to you, I think, right before COVID started, and it seemed like, we had that funny little exchange, and then we went through, you've been through basically 2 seasons now. It seemed like everybody was turning the corner, and now in some ways, maybe we're back to square one a little bit with what's happening across the nation. What's your thoughts on it right now? And what's your level of concern, 2 weeks or 11 days out from the bowl game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everything going on with the basketball programs here is, not something that you want to happen to any program anywhere. And, the teams in the NFL, they're dealing with it, being forced out of games and whatnot. I think just the general message is that you can't let your guard down, that this thing's still going around, and that no matter whether you like it or not, it's going to affect the game in one way or another. And so, no matter which way you see it, you got to be conscious of what you're doing outside of the building, and just making sure you're in a good environment where you're not going to harm the team, and just don't be selfish in the things that you do. And hopefully, if everybody can do that individually, that we'll be all right and we'll be able to stick it out. I think during COVID, our team was one of the only teams that didn't miss a game at all the whole season, and so I think we understand how to do that the proper way. But that being said, I mean, you can't have any control over this virus at the end of the day. When it comes on campus and it starts spreading like crazy, the most you can do is just stick to the protocol of what we've been given. But there's going to be some people along the way that are going to get it no matter what. Even when they are vaccinated, we're seeing people that are vaccinated that getting booster shots, whatever, doing the full 9, wearing a mask everywhere they go, and they still get it somehow. So just a crazy thing. And hopefully moving forward, be able to get through this season and be able to have a good bowl game, and excited to get out there in San Diego and get after it. And hopefully the basketball team here can do the same thing.
And one other thing, you have a good way of putting things in perspective. What do you think if you're able to get this bowl win, what it would mean for the program and just the guys who are there and just the direction that things are headed?
I think, like Martell said, it's a great game for the guys who are parting ways with the program to give it one last go at it and go out there as a team. I think this team has been working for a long while together, and being able to have older guys, 5th and 6th year guys that have been, dedicated to the team for a long time now. And my class, as well, that guys have been here this is their 4th year. They've been grinding it out over these years, and we've had ups and downs, and we're moving in the right direction. And this is one last game that we can kind of all band together and use that last game to have some fun memories. Bowl games are fun, be able to enjoy the time as a team. It's something you worked for the whole season, you grinded for, and it's just a game. Obviously, it's still a game you got to play at the end of the week. But every day, I think you're just thankful. I'm thankful to be here on campus during Christmas break while everybody's gone. The last couple of years, I've gone home with my family, which is awesome. But you're sitting there at home and you're wishing you were in a bowl game yourself. So being able just to say that you're in a bowl game, I think you just got to take the little things and put it in perspective. I'm healthy. Most of the guys in the team are doing great, and everybody looks like they're going to be suiting up as far as injury wise and whatnot for guys they're going to be playing. We have pretty much everybody playing, so it's just a great thing to go out there and, play with your guys next to you. And at the end of the game, hug it out. And, there'll be some guys that are leaving, sadly, but one last game we get to go out there together.
Just one quick follow-up, if I could. You mentioned being at home and watching the bowl games the last couple of years. What was that experience like, and how much did you think, man, I want to be part of this, and driving you to do what you did?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was some growing pains early on in the program, and things that you look back and at the end of the day, it's a good thing, that you have those frustrations, those things, because it's a sort of a mental note you take, and you realize I never want to do that again. Never, want to be sitting out while everybody else is playing in bowl games and we're at home, so something you kind of look back on, and I'm thankful for the process, just being able to stick with it throughout this whole time here, and being able to continue doing that with the guys we've had. And I think it's just been cool being able to be around guys who are really dedicated long term. I think, in today's world, there's a lot of instant gratification where, if you're not seeing if you're not, liking the things you've been doing within 1 year, then, guys want to transfer or go somewhere else, or, you can take it any aspect in life. Everybody wants short-term gains right away, and that's just not how the world works. You gotta grind for a while, and put in the work day in and day out, and to be able to look up, put your head up after a long couple of years, and realize that those things are starting to pay off, and you're moving in a positive direction. That's really encouraging, and just helps you to recognize that you're doing something right.
Okay, let's go to Mike Regalado from Bruin Report.
Hey, Beau, just something really quickly. I mean, with everything, piggybacking off what Ben was talking about with COVID, have you guys implemented stricter policies? Maybe not as much as when this thing first started, but are you guys being a lot more, aside from just being a lot more careful, are you guys doing anything internally to make sure that you guys are all healthy and ready for the bowl game?
I don't know about anything more stricter. I think we've been pretty good with it throughout all of COVID, as far as, the protocols that we have in place, and testing and whatnot, and just having guys wear masks. But yeah, I would say just cognitively being able to be aware that that outside of the building you got to be a lot more careful of things you're doing, and not letting your guard down. Times where you might pull down your mask when you're walking around filling up your gas, whatever, maybe you're trying to stay away from people, at least for these next couple of weeks, while we're getting ready for the game. So I would say just the reminder is just don't let your guard down when you're doing things outside of here, and just try to make the extra step to just watch out for your guys on the team, and don't be the guy who's bringing it into the building.
You guys have been pretty aggressive on the pass rush, especially you leading in sacks, second in tackles for loss. How much pride do you take in that?
Yeah, I know. I think it's like we say here, that's not a badge you put on your chest and you kind of wave that around. That's just kind of the standard you hold yourself to. And when you start having success, I think I'm thankful for the coaches I had, and unfortunately I've had some coaches leave that have taken some better positions, Coach Nansen, Coach Kafusi, but just want to give a shout out to them. They grinded really hard throughout this whole last year, helped me to, and in our whole position group, to be able to get after the quarterback and be able to have some good successful pass rushes. And that's a position that I hadn't played in a long time, and that I was getting some good coaching from them, and worked on a lot of drills throughout the whole year to be able to make that happen. And obviously Mitchell Agude too, Carl Jones, and Ottawa, and all the guys on the front, just being able to get after the quarterback. It's a team effort. And some of the things people don't realize is you'll have one guy get a sack, but in reality it's that whole D line that's working towards maybe getting that guy a one-on-one opportunity. So myself or Mitch or Otito or Daytona might get a one-on-one and they win that, and obviously that was their sack, but it's a whole team effort that you got to orchestrate together to be able to make that happen. And so when guys are coming in and around, that's why people get so hyped when you get a sack, because it's just so hard to do over and over in a game. And be able to do that, you need the whole defense working together. So I think we've done that. We've worked really well together, and hopefully we can get some more in this bowl game.
Cool. Thank you. Good luck in the bowl game.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to Mark Wicker from SoCal News Group.
Hi, Bo. Sorry about that. Obviously, you guys accomplished a great deal this year. It was really a breakthrough season. When you look back on it, how much of it is going to be all the things you accomplished, and how much of it is going to be maybe opportunities that slipped away at times?
Sorry, I missed that last part. What'd you say on the last part?
How much of it is the things you accomplished are you going to look back on, and how much are you going to look back and say we let some opportunities slip too that could have put us in even a better situation?
Yeah, I think there's always things you can look back on and hope to improve on and realize that in certain games or whatnot, you could have made a play here, could have done that. I think that's a tough place to live though, that the woulda, coulda, shoulda world. I think the thing you can do is, if you're going to look back at those things, is that the space for improvement. I think if you can continue to do that every day, then, that's going to put you in a better position. But if you're sitting and sulking, wishing, oh man, I could have done this, or, if this person would have done this or whatnot, that we'd be in a different position. But anybody can say that anytime. But I think, like you said, there was a lot of really good things we can look back on and be proud of. There's a lot of very fun games that we had in the Rose Bowl around the Pac-12 that, I'll be able to take with me for the rest of my life and be able to remember those wins, and my family being at games and taking pictures and, going up to Utah. And even though it was a tough game, but just being able to see my brothers was awesome, be able to do that. There's little memories here and there that in the locker room and, things that you'll cherish forever. And then obviously the gameplay, just being able to make plays and do different things. And, watching guys who have made a play in practice over and over again. And, that guy is hungry to make that play in the game, and he goes out and gets a pick or gets a sack or scores a touchdown or makes a key block. And, you're just so proud for that guy because the public is now seeing that, but you've seen that guy grind day in and day out, do that over and over again. I think that's the great thing about football. And when you look back at the end of the season and, you're kind of sad that the season's over, you can at least hold those memories in with you and be able to hold that forever. And I think that's something that's amazing about the game.
I was going to add, because it is kind of like an iceberg. There's a lot there under the surface that people don't see. And I was wondering, even going back to 2020 and before that, even though the improvement might not have been reflected in the games as much, could you see it every day that the program was coming with the things you used to do in practice and the progress that was made?
Yeah, I think, you try to cling on to those small little improvements to help yourself, stay motivated and keep going. You see those little things like, your foot placement, your hand placement, little tiny things you're critiquing on film that you don't realize, but, you sort of build those things day in and day out over and over again. And all of a sudden you go from, struggling to make this tackle or whatnot, or not getting to, finish the tackle or not getting the sack, whatever. And all of a sudden you see those things and the game becomes slower, and you start working on those things, and you see guys around you sort of doing the same thing. So the amount of growth we've had on the team, obviously it's taken its time to get there. And, I think that's just the reality of the way things go, is that some people pick up things, maybe in 50 reps, and other guys it takes 100 reps, maybe another guy it takes 300 reps. But at the end of the day, if you can do that over and over again, at some point everybody's gonna be matching up on one level, and, you're gonna have the whole team at least improving. And, we've seen that throughout this year, being able to have the production we've had, the wins we've had, and, the exciting games we've had. It's been a lot of work to get here, and I'm really proud of the guys of what we've done. And, we still got one more game to show, what we've been doing. We've been grinding here during, the holiday break, and while everybody else is at home doing things, we'll be out here grinding, and you take pride in that. Be able to be a guy who's showing up every day, is going to be working and be able to show that on game day, and we're excited to do that.
Hey, there was a question earlier about the bowl games that were played when you were home the last few years with your family and all that, and enjoying Christmas, but wishing you were playing. How many games would you watch, or was it too tough to do that?
Yeah, I mean, during the bowl games, obviously it's during the holiday break, so you're at home, and it's pretty much every day, back to back. There's a stretch where it's, every day you turn on the TV and you maybe just want to watch ESPN for fun, and all of a sudden there's a bowl game. You're like, oh, dang. So there was definitely some times where I was watching the games, then for entertainment. There's definitely some times where I turned the TV off and maybe just went on a hike or something, or, went out to dinner, or whatever. It was too tough to see those things. But like I said, the thing that kind of stuck with us, and I think it was, I'm not just speaking for myself, majority of the guys, is that we felt those years that we were home, there would be texts sent back and forth of, man, we could be doing this, we just got to work on this, whatever, blah, blah, and we'll be there. And now to be able to say that we've done that, it's a testament to the guys we have here and guys who have stuck it out and continue to work. And that's one of the things that I'm really proud of, is just being able to be surrounded by these guys. It's tough. Like I said it before, is that there's not a lot of people who are willing to sacrifice years and years of your time to be able to, just have one game and have a big season like this. It doesn't come just from one year. And that's the type of guys we had. I'm really proud of that.
Thanks, Bo. I appreciate it. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right. I think we will wrap it up there. Bo, thank you for your time.
All right. Thanks, guys. Happy holidays.